What's up, guys? Aoki here. Let me get my layout set up real quick, and we are going to be going through a coaching session with a Silver 2 player, I believe it is. Silver 2 player by the name of Jarvitz. And let me turn this off. Alright, we should be good now. Okay, guys, he is playing Leona in this game. I've played a few games of Leona myself, so let's see what we have to say about him. Actually, before we do this, let's go ahead and get this out of the way. Let's take a look at your runes and masteries. See how these look. Okay, so here's his runes and masteries, and here's mine, just for comparison. I'm going to switch back between the two of them a few times, so... firstly, I would be choosing Merciless over Meditation, because Leona doesn't really have any rating mana issues. I would also be going Dangerous Game over Bandit, as Leona's one to really get into the fray and fight until her last health point, so getting that extra 5% of health back if an enemy dies could mean the difference between, you getting off one more stun with your Q and winning the fight. These next two are kind of down to preference, but I would be taking Unyielding over Recovery, and actually definitely take Tough Skin over Explorer. The rest of these look relatively fine mastery-wise. I personally take Grasp of the Undying, I'm sure you know that, but I take Grasp of the Undying over Bond of Stone, but I also get a lot of shit for that, so I'm sure you've seen it. It takes an extremely aggressive playstyle to even justify bringing Grasp of the Undying, so you taking Bond of Stone is totally a-okay for Leona. Let's take a quick look at your runes. Okay, so firstly, right off the bat, don't bring scaling health on Leona. You're trying to win early game with this champion, and so bring what gets you ahead in the short run. Don't necessarily be thinking, oh, I gotta scale up health-wise for late game. The armor and even the AP is fine. I bring a little bit of AP sometimes. I think I bring 14 AP. Not on this page. This page is pure tank. But like I said earlier, you have to play really aggressively to justify bringing an offensive trait like AP or Grasp like I do. I would say scrap these two penetrations and just run more armor and MR like I do. I run armor, MR, and health. This is probably my best page for Leona. So, okay, that being said, I guess you can go back and pause and compare between the two pages if you want. Or just look me up on LolKing. I have all my pages like public on there. Okay, so let's get into the actual game. Let's go! Alright, we're gonna speed it up a little bit. That doesn't speed it up. So sorry. I don't use this client enough. Okay, minor technical difficulty there. I don't use this client this much, so I accidentally clicked the jump to live button, which like totally crashed the fucking client. Okay, so let's go ahead and get back on track here. We're gonna speed it up a little bit and center our camera on Leona. We're also going to be turning off Fog of War for the other team, so we're going to be watching the game purely from your perspective here. Speed it up. Nothing's really happening. I have some things to say about this. This is a weird place to stack. Was this your ward? This was your ward. So to begin the game, your jungler's AFK, which you can't control that. It's whatever. Don't stack in this bush though. Here's your options for when the game's starting. I mean, I've said this a million times, and I stick to this. In solo queue, the most proactive players typically win the game. So instead of telling everyone, go stand by your tower or AFK, or have a quick tug in the bathroom before the game starts, get everyone together and say, hey, we're invading. We're gonna go fucking take first blood from them. And there's actually no point in stacking in sitting here. I mean, this gives you vision of this bush down here, but there's a beginning that a lot of LCS teams used to play, where it was called a 5-point stack, and you put someone right here, right here. I think they had one in the middle, here and here. And what that does is that gives you vision of everywhere and gives you knowledge of if they're invading you. This doesn't really give you anything. You can see that here. You can see this bush here, but like, okay, say for instance they did stack and they are invading. All 5 of them walk out of the bush here, and you're stuck in a bush right here. You know that you're probably gonna have to blow your flash to get over this wall. Just don't sit in this bush. There's not any advantage to being in there. Just a small quip or a gripe that I had with it. Sit here if you are just going to stack defensively. Just sit here. Keep an eye on the whole river. Okay. But it doesn't look like anything happened, which is pretty typical. No, neither team invaded. Alright, so it looks like your jungler just connected. Unlucky, but you being the good support that you are, we're gonna go ahead and start tanking it for him. I think you started a little early there. The amount that you're helping him is a little improportionate to how much damage you're gonna be taking. You're taking a lot of hits here. I think, what, 6, 7, 8 hits? Yeah, that was too much. You should have just waited for him. It was a good idea, though, to help him out so he's not, like, sitting there soloing the Gromp. But yeah, he took a lot of damage there. Alright, laning phase. The most important part of the game for Leona. Enemy ADC has yet to even show... There she is, okay. Alright, so, right off the bat, let's look at the team comp, the composition of the enemy bot lane. They have 2 immobiles. What you should be telling both Ezreal and your jungler is that, hey, they have 2 immobiles, which I don't know... What that means is that they don't have neither one of them have a dash, an escape. The only way that they can move without physically walking to a location is their flash. They're immobile. As Leona, that's like fucking candy to you. You love that shit. You love when their carries are immobile. And look at this bonus on the fucking cake. Their mid laner's immobile too. You've got a lot of options here. You can play really aggressively because firstly Leona does really well against Nami just naturally. As long as you don't let her poke you down, which could be a little tough because you took a lot of damage from the Gromp, you can play really aggressively against Nami. Because it's going to be really hard for her to go up and harass you once you hit level 2 without being in danger of you chunking her with your EQ combo. So you definitely should be playing this laning phase aggressively. And like I said earlier, you have options. You know, if laning phase isn't going that well, they're playing too safe, you can't get in and do the damage or execute the ideas that you want to have, just roam. You can roam. Don't be afraid to roam, especially because TF, like I said, he's immobile, and that is handy for Leona. Alright, so let's speed up laning phase a little bit here. Yeah, Nami got level 2, so, I mean, I'm not here to coach Nami. Nami should definitely be poking you out of lane while you can't do anything, because I'm guessing you started Q, yeah. That's the right thing to do, by the way. Good job on starting Q. But the wrong thing that you did is you haven't used the bushes at all. You want to maintain vision control of these bushes because as Leona, you're also immobile, which is a drawback to her. What you can do is you can stand in these bushes and get all the way down here without them seeing you. And if they do face check it, auto Q auto, which I'm sure you know what it is. It's the auto attack and then you press Q, which resets the animation. Auto Q auto attack animation, or attack canceling, animation canceling, excuse me. But yeah, what you should be doing is definitely standing in these bushes and fake them out. You don't have to commit to a trade, but get in there and if nothing else, get them to ward the bush and then auto Q auto the ward. You can erase wards like that as well before they disappear. Yeah, so that's my first major tip to you. Everything else up until this point has kind of just been nitpicking. But yeah, definitely as Leona, you want to be using these bushes to your advantage. Because that's the only way you can get close to your enemy without them harassing you for free as a melee champion. Alright, so you hit your level 2. What you didn't do is put yourself in a position, you should be watching your experience bar, and as soon as you hit level 2, you should be in a position to go in. Because that's one of your most important power spikes. Another reason you have the advantage in this lane, not only are they both immobiles, Nami brought Exhaust. Exhaust is definitely better late game. Ignite is insanely better for laning phase. Having Ignite means you have so much more of a threat in lane. There you go. Okay. Yeah, there's first blood. Hell yeah, man. Good eye. That really bad Ignite. You're not going to be able to kill Jinx. That was a totally wasted Ignite. Just hold on to that Ignite, man. You got the first blood. Good shit. Okay, your cooldowns are about to be up, and she's stepping way too far forward. Yeah, go punish her. Zone her out. Tell her, hey, your support died. This is my lane now. That, you should be very thankful that didn't connect, because that would have gotten you killed. So aside from that last Zenith blade, you've been playing this lane pretty well. Okay, Ezreal's got some balls, okay. Alright. So what you should know from this first 2 bloods, good shit, man. Congratulations, firstly, on the first 2 bloods and lane dominance. What you should have gathered from this is that Ezreal is a huge risk taker. More so than probably most ADCs at this elo. And he's here to win lane. Which is good news for you. Don't know what you're doing back there. Stick with your ADC up here. There's a very small chance. I mean, you guys have it warded, but very small chance the jungler could have come down through here, isolated your ADC. Yeah, this weird stepping back here thing. Not sure what that's about, but don't do that. And yeah, I mean, you can't be backing right in front of Nami. She'll just annoy you. She won't let you back there. This is very risky. Yeah, that was bad. You should. You didn't have kill potential on her, so just say, hey, I got the 2 kills. I'm going back. I'm spending my gold. I'll be back in a minute to fuck you up some more, Nami. Yeah, you let her get your flash there. Don't overstay. You got exactly what you came for. You killed both of them. No reason to stay in the lane. Just walk all the way back to turret and back, or stay with your ADC in lane. The correct decision there was to back, obviously. In a safe way, not in front of Nami. Get you back to lane. Alright, so at this point, looks like Nami and Jinx are respecting you. Okay, one thing you do want to note though is that even though Ezreal got 2 kills there, it takes a long time for Ezreal to actually get anything out of that. Because if you look at the items that he bought, he actually didn't get any damage items out of that. He got a call, which is a scaling item, and he got a Tear of the Goddess, which is a scaling item. It's going to take a long time for him to see the benefit of that. So, don't be like, oh, we got the first 2 kills. We're invincible now. We can't lose to them. You do want to remain aggressive and continue pushing your advantage, but, don't think that, Ezreal got a BF sword out of that and that you can't possibly lose trades, because you can. So just be mindful of what items your ADC actually got, especially when you're playing with Ezreal, because almost like 99% of Ezreals get tier on their first buy, which doesn't actually add anything to their damage. Pretty typical trades here. I think you're going up to help Kazakhs in the river. Two pinks in one bush is kind of weird. Don't do that. Okay. Yes. Yeah, as Leona, you're allowed to do this, man. You're allowed to roam a bit. Keep pressure on their jungle. Scope out the area a bit. Your jungler picked up a kill in theirs. That's good. So mid lane has now traded kills. So really, your lanes are going pretty well. The only lane that was struggling was your mid laner, which he somehow just soloed him back. So you're sitting pretty right now. You're winning your bot lane. It's really sketch what you just did to walk up and touch the turret like that, because look how much damage you did to it. You you did 51 damage to it. That's not worth the amount of harass that you could have just taken there, especially as you're running out of minions here. You got 3 minions left. What if Nami had bubbled you right there under the turret? Jinx kills the last 2 minions. Now you're taking turret shots. Jinx drops her traps on you. Now you can't get out. And oh, by the way, you used your flash earlier. So it really wasn't worth what you just did to go up there and just, tickle the turret for 50 damage. With Leona, this game in general, League of Legends is based on the theory of risk assessment. You want to take risks that are in your favor, that are worth the risk. That was not worth the risk. You want to take calculated risks. So it's really just about like building a mindset of just is it worth it to go up and do 50 damage if there's even like a 20% chance that the cards are in the team's favor, everything goes right for the enemy team and they kill you. Was it worth dying to put 50 damage on the turret? It's just about building that kind of mindset and like making decent decisions at all times. Okay, so here's another engage. Yeah, this is what you should be doing a lot more. Look, even just one trade, I can't tell if that's gonna hit him or not. Oh, unlucky. So you've now gone in on Nami, I think, 3 times, and 2 of the 3 times have been a kill or a near kill. That's how aggressive you should be playing against Nami all the time. And it doesn't even have to be on Nami, it can be on Jinx. Because you lock down Jinx, you cut their damage. You can already tell you're thinking about diving. Yeah, here it is. This is sketch. Nami's still here. Jinx, I believe, still has her flash. Yeah, Jinx still has her flash. I mean, this is sketch. It could go either way. Luckily, it looks like you guys got her. If you were gonna do that, you may as well just wait until Nami's gone, so that there's no opportunity. Alright, you're getting TP'd on? Start walking this way. You are not going to be able to 1v1 whoever this is that's coming through here. Which it looks like Ilawi? God, I hate that champion name. Just keep walking with your ADC. If nothing else, give the kill to Nami and Jinx. Don't give the kill to this TP. Make that TP a totally wasted effort. Because I can tell you're walking this way. You're not going to be able to survive against anyone that was TPing there. Yeah. You did eventually make the right choice, but as soon as you saw that TP, just start walking the other way. Feed the kill to the support or something. speed up your death timer here. You guys back to lane. I would work on your farming under tower. No, bad. Everything that happened there. We're gonna go back 15 seconds. We're gonna talk about this. Alright, so looking at you right now. Your ADC is almost to the turret. Nami foolishly steps away from her ADC. Alright, if you're gonna drop the ult, if you're gonna go in on her, you got a few options. You can gap close with Zenith Blade, be right on top of her, drop your Q and drop the ult right on top of it. That would definitely buy enough time for Ezreal to get here to sweep the kill. Firstly, Jinx is way out of position. She doesn't have anything. She's not even level 6. So it is right what you're doing and going on her and punishing her for being out of position like that, but you're going about it the wrong way. Whatever is going on here, I mean, you can kiss the back of her neck, bro. You should just be pulling the trigger on Zenith Blade or ulting, like, right in front of her. Which you tried to do here, but it took way too long. Yeah, just Zenith Blade Q right on top of her, man. Alright, you got her flash. I mean, trading your ult, which is a 90-second cooldown for her flash, which is a 300-second, that's still a good trade, but you could have killed her there. Alright, so Nami has no bubble. Yeah, go up, aggress, punish for her. Punish her for that. Yeah, aggro flash. Good job. This is a little sloppy, but okay. Yeah. Can't do anything about that. I think you had the right idea there, being happy with just the Jinx kill. Alright, so you were not happy with just the Jinx kill. Should have been happy with just the Jinx kill, is what I'm getting at. Nami walked away there with a lot of gold that she shouldn't have had. So, I mean, that just goes back to the theory of it goes back to the risk analysis thing. You know, what are you even getting out of if you kill Nami there? Firstly, you're the support. You're going to be getting all the gold for it. Secondly, Nami definitely has the tools and the kit to survive your dive. It just wasn't a good dive. Just look more at the game and be more willing to be happy with the trades that you got, with what you got out of it. Because like I said in the beginning of the game, you weren't happy with killing just the two of them, and you ended up blowing your flash. And there you were happy with just killing Jinx, and you ended up both dying. It's a very fine line to walk with Leona, because you do have to continuously be aggressive to justify playing that character. I mean, that's what she's the best at. She is the best at playing aggressive and single target lockdown. No other champion's better than her at that at the game. But yeah, you have to do it intelligently. Alright, so good call. I'm gonna assume that this was your call. You know, you killed two of them, going straight to the dragon. What you should be doing is remaining on this side of the dragon, because the one person that could come over and contest the dragon is Jinx, and you're Leona. You're not letting an ADC contest shit. Yeah, see, here's Jinx. So maybe if you had been like on this side of the dragon, you might have been able to sneak around, lock her down. It's fine, you guys got the dragon. You made the right choice there to grab the objective. Alright, so what's going down? Yasuo has found himself very low HP in the dragon pit. He has no flash, this guy's dead. You need to cut your losses, I think, and start worrying about, are you guys okay? Alright, this is not what you wanted to be doing here. You've got two major threats. TF is clearly coming down for you guys. This was not what you wanted to be doing. You guys did end up getting Jinx, but that was just a misplay on her part. Yeah, as soon as you guys saw Yasuo go down in the pit, and you've got 4 people on your side of the map, just go back to the turret. Just play it safe, play it cool. Barely escaped with your life. Lucky ducky. We're gonna speed things up until you're back to lane. Oh, lost sight of you. Alrighty. My bad, I'll go back 15 seconds. Made a pit stop by mid, just totally fine because you've got somewhat vision in the river. You know you're not going to be running into any huge threats that can solo you. Caught Jinx out. Good job. Both of you are here. Ezreal's in a position where you can follow up. Yep. That was a good... You did give her a little bit of time here. Let me watch this. Let me see if your combo is as fluid as I thought it was. Wait. Wait. What was that? What was that where you... I don't know what that was. Yeah, you actually gave her too much time there. Just drop the whole combo on her. Don't let her walk away at all. You did end up getting the stun on the ult there, so that was good. But you gave her a chance to escape, which wasn't really wasn't necessary. You could have just dropped the Q straight into the ult. But good job there. Good job catching her out. Punishing her for being in lane alone as an immobile ADC. Good job. That's what Leona's all about, man. Taking advantage of, because especially at this elo, man, I promise you, the ADCs make millions of mistakes a game. And as Leona, she's such a good champ to capitalize on them making those mistakes, exactly like you just did. Alright, so if I were you, I would be looking at Nami and thinking, hey, I could totally dive this, right? I'm sure you are. Thing is, we don't know where their jungler is. And if you remember last time, Nami totally dicked you guys the last time you tried to dive. So, yeah, I would just be putting some damage on the turret here. Good job. Alright. Tried to dive. That's fine. Yeah, if that had connected, I think you would have died again. So it just goes back to that calculated risk thing, man. Just continuing to hit the turret there was the safer, the smarter. It was the right decision. So let's count our blessings and be happy that didn't hit. All right, so you're getting TF ganked. Welcome to the joys of bot lane, where it's never just a 2v2. You don't have your ult up. I would say what's going to happen here is one of you's probably going to die. Oh, you both have your flash. What I would do in this situation, you know exactly where Twisted Fate's coming out, right? I would sit about right here, wait until he appears, Zenith Blade to him. Because Zenith Blade isn't just a tool for engaging, it can be used in a few circumstances as an escape. You can go from here to here very quickly and be on top of TF to stun him and probably flash away. So here's what I would do in this situation. You know exactly where Twisted Fate's coming in. You know he's immobile. Sit right here. Sit right here in Zenith Blade to Twisted Fate. One, it's going to take him by surprise because he's thinking, this is my gank. I'm in control. So it takes a little bit of a control away from him, but it also you can use your Zenith Blade, which is your E, as an escape. You can go from here to here very fast and then flash away. Because I would say if you guys just walk without using your flashes, one of you's gonna get yellow carded. Yeah, and it's Ezreal. Yep. Okay, so one of you went down. Figured one of you would. And now they're looking to dive. So let's watch this play out here. There's not always anything you can do about it, but this right here was not what you should have done. Because this guy doesn't have aggro yet. There's no point in locking him down and stunning him until he has turret aggro. So it is unfortunate that it's 3v1, and there's probably nothing you can do here to keep yourself from dying. But the ideal situation here is that you die and someone else dies, right? Under the turret by taking turret shots. So just sit here and wait until one of them attacks you and gets turret. Because they can't kill you without putting damage on you, right? And it's probably going to be Nami. So I would be keeping my eye on Nami, waiting for her to bubble me or something, auto me, anything, to get turret aggro, and then try locking her down as fast as you can, because you're about to get shredded. Yeah. Do you know what I mean though? The best case scenario there was you die under turret and you take someone down with you. Just by locking them down long enough for them to take turret shots. Alright, whatever's going on over here, this is not good. I'm starting to sense that you're a little bit tilted. So the game's not over, man. Game's never over. I don't know if you're trying to ward the Rift Herald, but this late into you're starting to get into what's called mid game, and by mid game, it's a little iffy walking around alone like that, especially because you have no flash. Ezreal goes down. Whole team goes down. Kha'Zix is making the foolish decision of trying to contest the dragon that is clearly theirs. Yep. He is going to be walking away limping. He is going down, actually. You've spent a lot of time on this side of the map without any vision of Rift Herald. You gotta remember, it's not the Baron, but it's a pretty big objective. So what I would be assuming right now is that they are going towards Rift Herald, because you've shown on this side of the map with no way of getting over here except walking. They know that your jungler's down, so if I was blue team, I would be heading over to Rift Herald and collecting my free Rift Herald. And if I were you, I would be warding that up. Yeah, so they just slayed the Rift Herald. Essentially for free, because you had no vision, you had nothing to threaten them with. Where are we at here? Can't find you in the particle effect. There you are. Okay, so you landed a stun on their ADC. Had no follow-up. He also flashes directly onto the traps. Goes down. Wow, this is a messy fight. Okay. So you just took down 3 of them. 3 for 2, that's not bad. But they have 2 pretty high health threats still up. So it's at this point that you need to be making the decision. Run the hell away, or you tank as much damage as you can and give a front line your damage dealers. It looks like your damage dealers are still fighting, so for you to be running away is probably not the correct decision. You need to remain at least close enough that when your cooldowns do come up, because I know they're down, so you know you're not just going to go up and melee them. I understand that. But you need to remain close enough that you can do that if that moment arises where that's the correct thing to do. Alright. So it looks like you were thinking along those lines that I need to stay close enough just to be able to act if I need to. Hmm. Vlad's gonna get out. Yeah, he looks fine. Remember though, you guys put no vision during that whole thing on. Guys took down TF. If you kill this carry, I was gonna say if you oh man, Hecarim just came and bulldozed you guys. If you guys took down that carry, that could have been a Baron opportunity. They're gonna get some major pushing in here because their ADC's up. Yasuo gets dove. Ezreal is acting pretty irrationally here. He's chasing into an area. You guys have no wards with the entire enemy team up. He's got enemies in front of him, enemies behind him. Really just not thinking correctly here.
What?
Okay. Finds their ADC out. This could be... Yeah, like I said, he's just not got enough information to act. This was bad too. I'm not here to coach those guys, but with all the action happening on the boss side of the map, I understand you wanted to go and put some vision on Baron, but that's not the immediate threat right now. Everything that's happening on the map is on this side of the map. Probably should have been, you know, trying to ward up this area as safely as you could. There was no immediate need for vision on the Baron, just because everything that was going on down here. Oh, okay. Should have just put your Q on him, man. You had your Q up. There's no need to drop the ult there. Yeah, if he's gonna take aggro under turret, just stun him instantly. And then if your Q does connect, then you can drop the ult for, you know, another 2 seconds of stun, but should have just dropped the melee Q on him. Be near your ADC, especially because this Hecarim, you've seen him dive a few times now. He's not afraid of diving and taking a few tower lasers. I guess they're not shots anymore. So yeah, but just be close to your ADC. Punish that Hecarim. That was dumb. Good job. And now, see, you would have had your ult now to sweep up these guys. This could be something. Depends how much. Alright, so that was the flash auto. Oh no, you didn't flash. How much Zenith Blade there? I didn't see how you got that close to Jinx. We're gonna watch that again, sorry. Okay, so you guys are chasing down the lane, which is good. This is what you should be doing. Although you do need to keep an eye on TF. TF's on the top side of the map. Never mind. I'm gonna say if he's in the middle somewhere, he could be teleporting down on you. Yeah, okay, you did Zenith Blade. I missed it there underneath the gigantic wave. Alright, so yeah, chasing this was the correct call because they have no like really nothing to convince you otherwise, so they're struggling topside, trying to hold on to that turret. Uh this is kind of pointless. You guys need to be getting to top as soon as possible. I don't think it was worth farming this and going down and getting the turret for that. Okay, so you guys are down, but you're not out yet. This game is winnable. It's gonna be a tough one, but I do believe this game is still winnable. At this point. I mean, I know how it ends, so I know the result. But yeah, you really need to. I would go into your next 3 to 5 games and really be focusing on your ults because you've missed a lot of the ult stuns. Some advice I have for that is if you're worried about missing it, just land the melee one first because I mean that's how 90% of Leona players hit their ult. There's a level of prediction you need where if you don't have them already locked down by something, because the Leona ult is a big slow and a small stun. So hitting the stun is not always, an assured thing if they're not locked down. One bit of advice that I do have for it is most people run towards the line of safety. So TF, obviously, on blue team, right? So when he's in danger, he's going to be running towards blue base. Throw the ult towards the line of safety. So watch this again. Ezreal goes down here. You try to come in and save him. You threw it behind the line of safety. He's running this way. You threw it this way. Now, if he was on red base, he probably would be running this way because he'd be running towards his team, he'd be running towards his tower. He's going to be 90% of the time he's going to be running this way. So a bit of advice is if you can't lock him down with the Q stun and you do have to ult as your only means of locking him down, throw it towards the line of safety. Also, locking him down with your stun there wouldn't have done anything. You don't have the damage at this point in the game to kill him. He's the AP carry, you're the support. Okay. You said, alright, he got away. Whatever. On. All of a sudden, Lowie's on you. Okay. Heading towards your team, trying to. Yeah, you pretty much walked into the line of fire there. It happens. I think it was a preventable death, though. I'm gonna skip to your back alive because I'm not coaching these guys. I'm coaching you. All right, so you're hemorrhaging turrets at this point, falling pretty far behind. It's 1 turret to 7 turrets. I want to take a brief moment to talk about your build. I never build either Equinox on Leona. I always go face of the mountain. Um, One, because Leona's not an easy champion to get assists on. She's not a Janna where you can get to the fight a half a second before it ends, throw your E shield on someone, and walk away with an assist and feeling accomplished. So Leona, that does give her a really easy way to contribute to a fight and get an assist. Um, I'm talking about the face of the mountain shield, putting it on an ally. I also have just found great success with stacking those shields with, the Locket of the Iron Solari and the Relic shield. Sorry, face of the mountain shield. It just gives you an extra bit of defense there. I don't think that the money that you save buying Eye of the Equinox is worth trading that off. I've seen Leona's build Eye of the Equinox. It could come down to preference, but I'm telling you what my preference is. Yeah, like I said, man, you really, really need to focus on hitting these. Again, you threw it towards not the line of safety. A player with average reflexes it takes like a half to 3/4 of a second, I think, before the sun thing actually comes down and the ult strikes the ground and stuns whoever's in it. So a player with average reflexes is going to say, oh shit, she ulted, I need to get out of the center. But it would take amazing reflexes for them if you ulted like towards the line of safety, for instance. You ulted where the center of your ult is towards the line of safety. It would take phenomenal reflexes for him to say, oh, okay, she ulted, but she put the ult over here, I need to walk this way, then circle back around. 99% of players, even at my elo, walk straight into it. If it's towards where they were walking originally, you have to put it towards where you think they're going to walk toward. He has no reason to walk towards your base, so you dropping it that way, it's not going to hit him. So that would be my biggest advice to you, man. If you can't lock him down with your Zenith Blade, which I saw no reason why you couldn't there to begin with, dropping the ult first is always a pretty big gamble, because you have to hit him right in the center, which just isn't going to happen. It's not going to happen with me. It's not going to happen with fucking Afromu. It's not going to happen with you, man. You got to either lock him down with your Q or throw it behind him. So make him walk into it. Put it towards the line of safety. I know I've said that a lot. I'm just trying to hammer in the point. You've wasted a lot of ults this game. Could have made a lot of big differences. Because I do think you're right. You should have been locking him down. He was way out of position. Your team's right here. His team's way the hell back here in Huckleberry Town. He was out of position. So you do have the right idea to lock him down there and to punish an AP carry for acting like a frontliner. You're just not going about it in the right way. Alright. So, if I didn't see Jinx spot, I would be saying they're doing Baron, because you guys have no vision over here. But we know their ADC. Pretty pivotal to doing a 28-minute Baron spot lane. So I would say they're probably not doing Baron. You get a safety ward on it, just in case. Not bad, not bad. Alright. So, team fight's about to break out in mid. You have an assassin waiting in the wings for a lonely Jinx to walk over here. Meanwhile, you guys do need to play it safe, because while he's over here, 4v5 in their favor. You guys are keeping your space, acknowledging they have a pretty big lead, and that you don't want to fight if you don't have to. Okay, this is good. I don't know, let me reiterate, I don't know if this team fight's going to go well. You punishing the TF for being way too far up again is good. Don't know if you guys are going to win this team fight. Ah, you didn't get your stun on him though. Yeah, you gotta... okay, let me explain how popping the stun works actually. If you press Q and then your Zenith Blade, even if he gets the yellow card on you and stuns you, you're still going to get your animation off and you're going to stun him. You're both going to be stunned, but you're going to get the stun off him, which is going to give you enough time. So if you know you're going in like that and going for a stun, press Q first. Have it popped
and then at the end of the Zenith Blade, it automatically stuns him for you. It does. Try it out sometime. Another stun, man, where you're throwing it in front of him. Yeah, you you gotta work on your alts, man. I think you have a lot of the right ideas. It's just these alts are not connecting. So Ilaoi is just shredding you guys. Kha'Zix went down. I'm guessing he had a failed assassination. Hecarim is doing Hecarim things. Okay. That works. You guys are going to be losing an inhibitor here. I would be going ahead and healing. Not much good you can do for your team with 10 HP. Jinx's flash went down. It's a good thing to note. Your flash is up too. So next fight, I would be flash engaging on Jinx. Not sure this is going to be worth it, man. That's only Nami. She's not even the biggest threat. But that was a good ult. You did get it. That one actually connected. So good job, man. If you noticed, you put it behind her towards the line of safety, and she walked right into it, man. That'll work 90% of the time. Don't know about the Yasuo. Oh! Lowy, dude. Yeah, this Jinx is just too fed, isn't she? That's probably going... That's not game yet. This is either going to be they're pushing bot or they're getting Baron. Probably Baron, as it's been a lot of uncontested time. Oh, they got Elder. Is that Elder Dragon? No, this next one Elder Dragon. They just got another normal dragon. But you guys are bleeding objectives. They just got another free inhib. I don't know about coming down and warding this because even if you do have it warded, they're in a position that they're either going to cheese you there and catch you while you're trying to ward and kill you and take it for free, or they're going to take it for free regardless. Like, you guys are not in a position where you can even stop their Baron, so you going down and warding that, not saying that you directly caused this, but you could have been here to help and maybe delay them taking the inhibitor for a few more seconds. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to lie to you, you guys are losing this one. But it's always good to, you know, play to the very last second. Alright. So that's looking like it's your last death. Not really any point in watching if you're not on the field, so I'm going to go ahead and speed up. Alright, so they've got 3 inhibitors down. Yeah, they're going to be taking their free Baron. Not much you can do except for clear waves. Okay, so yeah, this one's over. Just gonna let it play out while I talk. I think your biggest issues are you're not using your alts correctly. I've got 2 major things that I want to say. Don't think you're using your alts correctly. You have some of the right ideas. Like you catching TF when he's super overextended, that's great. That could be a game-changing, game-ending thing. An AP mid walking up too far like that, this late in the game, you caught him out twice doing it. You just didn't do it efficiently. You had the right idea, you're just not clinching the ult. You're not getting the ults that you needed. This game looks really cool in slow motion, by the way. But staying on topic, just think during your next 3 to 5 games, think I'm going to hit every single one of my ults because I know exactly where they're going to be walking. I'm either going to stun him with my Q and drop my ult on him on top of him for free while he's stunned there, can't move, or I'm going to drop the ult behind him towards the line of safety. I'm telling you, man, 90% of the time that's going to work. 90% of the time, if you drop an ult in the direction that someone is walking and they're walking towards their base, they're going to walk right into the stun. and that's going to give you enough time to Zenith Blade onto him, stun him, let the rest of your team catch up. So that's the one thing. Work on your ults. Work on dropping them towards the line of safety. And also calculated risk taking and diving in the bot lane, and kind of just like being happy with the kills that you got, not getting too greedy, which it's a fine line to walk because you have to play very aggressively to justify playing a champion like Leona. I already mentioned that, but I wanted to hammer in the point. So calculated risk taking, especially in terms of diving, and also dropping your ult towards the line of safety, making those motherfuckers walk into it. Alright, man, this has been Ioki. If you have any questions at all, I mean, you know exactly where to find me. Hope to see you guys at the stream, and God bless America.